There is one thing that I'm forbidden to show and give the recipe for, and it's this caviar pie. She's been making this for decades, and it's her secret recipe. I layered and set this base the night before so that it can firm up overnight, and on the day of, I stack it high with about 10 ounces of caviar. You hear that? That was the sound of the caviar pie calling us poor. I made the batter for the Yorkshire pudding so that it can rest, made a pickling liquid for some red onions with red wine vinegar, sugar, salt, a bit of water, garlic, and dried oregano. Brought to a boil and strained over these sliced red onions. I cover it and throw in the fridge to cool down. Once the potatoes have set, I toss them with olive oil, give them a rough tossing so that they become mashed potato coated potatoes, and throw them onto an oiled sheet pan before throwing them in the oven. I roasted these beets the day before, and I marinated them in this crushed strawberry vinegar, salt, a touch of olive oil, and some honey. It's sweet, floral, fruity, tangy, and delicious. After about 30 minutes, I gave the potatoes a flip and back into the oven. One of our ovens actually died the night before this, and we couldn't get it fixed in time, so it was a bit of a challenge. The temperature for the potatoes, finishing the prime rib, and cooking the Yorkshire pudding are all at different temperatures, but what can I do? No excuses. You gotta make it happen. We got these extremely sweet corn from the farmer's market, so I let them soak in water until it was time to grill them. Bacon goes very well with corn, so I cubed this bacon, added a bit of water, and let that render. Quick look at the chives, meh, decent. While that's going, I char the corn on the grill so that they get nice and smoky without charring the actual kernels too hard. At this point, we are about an hour away from the guests arriving, so I grabbed the sous vide prime rib, rubbed it with more of that garlic and herb marinade, and raised the temperature of the oven to 550 degrees Fahrenheit to get a nice crust on it. Once the bacon is crispy, I let them drain on a paper towel to be used as a garnish. We are nearing time to serve, so I plated the beet salad on a plate, garnished with these dope blackberries from the farmer's market, topped with this wonderful marinated sheep and goat cheese from Meredith Dairy, that'll give some nice creaminess, fresh basil for a nice herbaceous anisey note, toasted pistachios for texture and nuttiness, and the final drizzle of honey to bring it all together. Back to the corn salad, I small diced a jalapeno, fried it in the bacon fat, and tossed with the corn and seasoned with salt. A few of the guests have arrived, so I start cutting and plating the caviar pie with crackers. A nice little appetizer before dinner. It got a bit crazy here, so there's some stuff I didn't film, but I did get this quick clip of me throwing the Yorkshire pudding batter into the preheated mold. It was a family style dinner, so it made it much easier to not have to plate 11 individual plates. I honestly prefer eating and serving food family style. I think it's more fun and interesting. I quickly sliced the prime rib, finished the corn salad with the pickled red onions, crispy bacon, and chives, plate the crispy roasted potatoes. I also grated some Parmesan cheese on top of this, but I didn't film it. There was also some wilted spinach from my client. He likes it plain, so I just blanched them and gave them a quick saute. And finally, here are the Yorkshire pudding. They could have had a bit more of a rise if they had a bit more time to preheat, but they still came out pretty nice. After they finished, I served up the Pavlova, finished cleaning, and headed home. I was gassed. The cleanup at the end is honestly the hardest part. Thank God it's Friday.